What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Noisy Business Podcast. Guess who it is?
It's your boys.
It's your boys, Brayton and Sean, back at it again. After taking a nice little break, as we kind of do, I guess, at the end of the year.
We took a cool half a year to just readjust.
Was it really half a year?
I don't know if it was about a half a year, but maybe a couple, 3 months, a quarter. We took the last quarter off to kind of adjust our finances, catch up on The Witcher season 2.
Let me catch up on my steroid shots and try to get this. I don't know. Maybe
that's right.
The camera needs to see what show.
You kind of if you're not watching us on YouTube and all the other stuff, Sean's been kind of shall we say taking hormone supplements. That's a good.
I have a hormone deficiency, but only on my upper lip. It's funny because
right now you got a nice mustache going on.
Thank you. You can grow a mustache that looks creepy without having to touch kids.
Okay,
it is always an option.
Oh, it's like one of those things that you just check the box if you want. It's like, would you prefer to touch kids if you grow the mustache?
Yeah, that's the first thing on the paperwork.
Oh, dang! Yeah, when you submit your request for a mustache
hormone pills.
Oh, wow!
They're not very creative with their name.
Well,
mustache hormone pills.
They got to keep it safe because they don't want you to be touching kids. I'm realizing we haven't closed the window for the podcast. We should probably do that.
Should we?
I don't know. I can hear cars going by.
Uh-oh. Does that mean we need to restart?
No. Just close it.
Stop.
It's a podcast. I'm going to vamp. So Sean has decided that he wants to live his life as a male now. Now that you've once again turned 30, I think that was one of the things that we talked about on our topics list.
Yeah. So one of the things that happened since our last episode previously recorded was I did indeed turn into a full-grown adult, I guess. I can finally vote. It's crazy.
Whoa! Yeah. You're a full-grown girl.
Yeah, I can vote. I guess I need to start doing my taxes now. But basically, all that stuff kind of like goes hand in hand with my 2022 New Year's resolutions. Because it is January and we haven't really.
Did you just say 2020 resolutions?
2022.
Okay, 2022. I was like.
No,
did you just say 2020 resolutions?
No,
I do my resolutions a little bit delayed. Mm-hmm. I'm doing my 2020 resolutions.
No. I always have a backlog.
Oh, backlog of resolutions.
I'm a procrastinator, so really, it's stuff that I'm gonna get to it. Just because you set it up as something that you want to accomplish a few years ago, a decade ago, doesn't mean that you can't also just kind of like roll it over to the next year.
You know
it's simple.
I like that type of honesty because it's like, listen, I'm still working on my 2018 resolutions.
Yeah.
Why are we resetting the calendar every year? Like, you didn't read those 10 books. You're still in the 2018 resolution that you like. Once you finish those 10 books, then you can move on to 2019. All right.
Yeah. The part of it is, at least for me and probably most other people, is that you're setting the bar a little too high because, when people want to ask you, like, oh, what's your goal for this next year?
Yeah.
Are people going to be like, well, I'm going to read, 10 pages of a book? No.
10 pages?
No, I mean, just, personal.
That's realistic.
Yeah. Well, one page at a time.
Yeah.
But that sounds stupid. So that's why people are like, I'm going to read 10 books this year. And then a lot of people don't get around to it. It's just like an example. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So really it comes down to being honest with yourself, figuring out who you are.
Yeah.
And just deciding to be a man and grow a mustache.
It just happens with age. So how was your 30th birthday?
Oh, so they call it Dirty 30.
Yeah.
And the thing about a Dirty 30, I guess, is it's kind of like your last hurrah. You're like leaving your 20s. This is your last moment.
For sure.
To really go crazy.
Yeah, you can go nuts.
Yeah, but
now how is that as a person who already has AIDS?
Now, the thing is, how much dirtier can I get? You know what I mean?
You've already stuck it on several buttholes.
This is very degrading to me. And now that I'm 30 and I'm adult, I don't like to talk about, to approach such a sensitive matter.
Sean.
I pound butt.
I was going to say, I said buttholes for the family audience.
Oh, yeah. This is a family-friendly show. This is a no-nonsense show. And this is a family-friendly program.
I didn't say that dirty A word, but we know
that you're talking about assholes. And
you pound the rumpers.
Now, you need to be careful because if you're bringing up something like that to your co-host that has a mustache, you have to be specific on what gender.
I assume that he's tossing your salad.
There is no dude. There's only women. There's only women.
Wait, no.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Sean, you don't realize how thin your mustache is right now? Because if you're watching it on our video podcast, you can see exactly how the progress that Sean has made. Right now, you're entering the scape of it. Mm-hmm. Once it's a thick bush mustache where it's like, this guy's either a fireman or a paramedic or someone who's going to pull me from a decrepit building. Mm-hmm. That's when you're laying pipe with the ladies.
Sure.
Right now, it's anyone's game.
Right. Yeah. You can tell that. Yeah. No pipes being laid.
Yeah, exactly. So you're either diddling kids, which you're not.
Which I'm not.
You're not attracted to them. So the only other option is
but if I was attracted to them, it'd be cool if I was. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm just saying.
The one rule that we say on this podcast,
never touch
kids.
That's exactly what it is.
Don't touch kids.
Yeah. Don't do it. But I think we've already come out that we're an anti-pedophile podcast. So anyhow, we don't need to go on. That only leaves the last option that you're a bottom until you get your full mustache, right?
Well, it's a good thing. Well, I do have to wear a mask for work, and masks are kind of encouraged at a lot of places and kind of mandatory for other businesses, and they're within their rights to do that.
Sounds like bottom energy.
It is a good time to be in the process of growing a full mustache.
Yes,
because you can kind of cover it up, so I can go around in public, and people aren't going to be like, that guy likes to be on the bottom. Like they don't know because I'll wear a mask. So.
Okay, all right. You're kind of obfuscating the whole premise of it, but that's fine.
But I'm not a bottom.
No. Oh, okay.
But I don't want people to think that. So that's not a mask.
That sounds like bottom energy, but
Anyway, what are your goals of 2022?
Oh, 2022. To not get donuts as much as I did last year.
That was literally one of your things on your list last year.
God, I'm still working on my 2020 list. I'm not done. I have to. The only thing is we gotta scale it back. That's just what we do. Well, I'm not running a marathon.
Is there anything?
I'm not doing that.
Nice. Is there anything
that's stupid? Yeah. No one should do it.
Is there anything else that's not donut related on your list?
Let me see here. I think I want to
formulate sentences faster. Is that
God dang. Now that you got me doing it. The thing is I rolled off. 2021 was not a great year for me. Goals wise.
Okay, sure.
I'm larger than I was before. I didn't keep to a diet. The only thing I think kept me into the realm of the elements of not blowing up was training for a marathon.
Oh, okay.
So, but if anything, I proved that you don't have to do too much to complete a marathon. It's literally just keep on running. And people don't care about how fast you're doing it. Just keep going.
Was it an equal? Whenever you finish,
did we talk about this on the podcast? I did a marathon.
No. That's why we stopped, because I was like, I don't want to be talking about this marathon anymore.
I know. I kept on bringing up that I'm training for a marathon.
So whenever you finished your marathon, did you feel equally as accomplished as you did just hating yourself for what you just put your body through?
What kept me going was feeling better than everyone that came after me. So I stayed at that finish line.
And you're always used to coming first so.
Well, I mean, everything's a race.
Yes.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Whoever said it was a marathon. All these people, we're going to stay up all night long.
I'm a sprinter.
I still want to get my 8 hours in, maybe more.
If I can organize it.
Exactly.
No, yeah. I ran as consistently as I could. Obviously, people came before me. They were really good, crazy
athletes. Yeah.
Athletes. LeBron James is, if you will. But anyone after me, I spit on their shoes. That's what made me feel good. I can be
belittling others.
Oh,
nice.
Are you gonna stop? You gonna stop to drink water? Really? Oh, yeah. That's
so you didn't drink any water.
That's non-David Goggins energy, right? No, I didn't drink any like a regular runner. No.
Did you have?
I just kept going.
Did you have to do any preparation with your body to avoid things like chafing or?
I listened to 3 Joe Rogan podcasts.
You listen to 3 back-to-back Joe Rogan podcasts.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Joe Rogan in one day.
Yeah. Jocko Willink, David Goggins, and Cameron Haynes. I just listened to both of those, all of them, back to back to back. And I was like, I could do anything. Do I need to walk with splints nowadays? Yes, obviously, for sure.
But it's what you needed to get you through that moment.
It got me there.
Perfect.
You know, which, as it happens, also is my foreplay.
Well, you've told me that before, so. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to
the topics on hand. What's going on in 2022?
No, exactly. What's going on in 2022?
Listen, if you're listening to the podcast, you may want to check us out on social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, because we actually have upgraded once again our studio.
Our studio has been upgraded. We took our podcast from last season, if you will, last year.
Yep. Once again,
we're back on top, baby.
Killing it. 10 downloads a month. Yes, please.
Oh, well, it's better than 0.
It is better than 0. Actually, that's kind of one of the first topics I wanted to bring up. There are so many people that this recently came out in the news. There was like 5 million people who quit their jobs like this last month. I believe. Like there was a whole bunch of people that
because of vaccine mandates?
They're called no. I don't know.
That probably is part of it.
I think it's called the BS movement. They're just people don't want to work anymore. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff going on, but a bunch of people quit their jobs, and I think what it was is we've blown up so much that people are thinking that podcasting is easy. So they're like, well, I don't need a job anymore. If these guys are getting, these guys are swimming in podcast and they're getting new studio stuff every month. They clearly bought an island last year. That was one of the episodes that we did.
I feel like the analogy or expression swimming in it is painting a less than honest depiction. It's like a slow trickle. I would say, like a kiddie pool that you get at the store, and you kind of like splash your toes in it on a hot summer day because you're trash from East County. It's kind of like that. You can't swim in it. You don't want to swim in that water.
No, sure.
But yeah, it's kind of there.
Or it might be that kind of Walmart kiddie pool that your parents only fill up about an inch or two because they can't afford the water bill.
Yeah.
That could be a better analogy of the kind of stuff that we're swimming in.
What's the opposite of lucrative?
Oh, what we're doing.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah. We're anti-lucrative.
And what's the opposite of entertainment? Also what we're doing.
Also kind of what we're doing. We're kind of like entertaining ourselves because we didn't do a whole lot of hanging out during that last break.
Well, fair enough, because why?
We wanted something to talk about when we started the podcast again.
Well, no, one of the topics you were talking about, you got COVID, bro.
Oh.
You couldn't be around me.
I actually did. Yeah.
I have children.
Thanks for asking me how I'm doing, by the way,
yeah.
on the podcast. You did whenever we were off camera. But
did you not check in with my security when you came in and
they were like, I need to
Joe Rogan
check your temperature, and I was like,
test?
It's okay. I've got a special kind of thermometer, and I have a special kind of gel you need to dip it in first. And then they refused to do that. And I was like, well, you're not going to zap me in the forehead. If you're going to take my temperature, you're going to do it old school.
Prostate exam.
Up the test. Yeah. It's more accurate. It should be for science. You know what I mean?
But is that how COVID works?
Well, that's what everybody should be doing. It's like at this point, if you're going to tell people to enter into this house or this business, whatever it is, we have to take your temperature.
Yeah.
It's going to be a rectal temperature. So... I mean, if you're already...
I think that's what 2022 needs.
That'd be funny. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Why can't we have fun during a pandemic?
I think the pandemic... the pandemic is only a thing as long as people are
not saying up the rumper.
Because I'm only... At this point, I'm only talking about my personal experience.
Okay. Well, what was your personal experience?
I have been sicker.
Well, first off, everyone needs the clarification.
Okay.
What's your V card?
My V card?
Yeah.
Oh, I lost. My uncle took that when I was like 5.
No. Are you vaccinated?
Dude, you just made me drop a truth bomb when we were talking about. Oof. I mean,
No. It's a totally different context nowadays.
yeah. Cool.
My uncle also did that. He's a doctor.
Hashtag Derna. I'm on the Derna train.
Oh, nice.
The best of the breast. And, people
don't shy away from it.
The thing is, I went over to my family's house on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And my dad, he was like, I don't feel the best. I'm just kind of like tired. And we're like, well, do you want us to still come over? Because he's like, no, I'm just mostly tired. I don't think I'm sick, or maybe I'm fighting something. So all the family still came over.
Dang, you're throwing him under the bus immediately.
Yeah. And then on Christmas Day, he's like, wow, I'm feeling worse. And then the rest of us are like, ruh-roh. And then the day after Christmas, I believe they went and got tested, and then they were positive. And the day after that, I believe I went and got tested and was positive. So, and then like everybody, like cousins, my sister, my sister's husband, my brother, his girlfriend, like,
whoa,
like aunts, uncles, like pretty much everybody got it. Whatever germs my dad was like telling, he must have gone around in the conversation circles because everybody got it.
Well, you do that. You do that weird Christmas tradition of the, I believe you call it the Christmas tongue kiss.
That's just what you do. Here's the thing. We're trying to break down stereotypical white family barriers. And one of those things is not being emotionally available and not just kind of being stiff,
Yeah, you don't bring it up.
And one of the easiest ways to do that, to like break the ice, you gotta start here so you can end up here on this comfort level, right? Uh-huh. If you start by jamming your tongue down people's throats,
yeah,
it's just that cool. The ice is broken.
Yeah, you got more stuff to talk about now.
Yeah, exactly. Now, however, there are some negatives, like getting COVID.
That's part of it.
And that's really about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably one of the main issues that people have is that white people clearly don't play tonsil hockey with their family members.
I've been saying it for years.
Yeah, you always bringing it up on the podcast, but
exactly.
Man, I'm glad that you're better now.
Yeah. I mean, I did lose my sense of taste and smell. I had some symptoms and wasn't feeling good a few days leading up to that. So it was probably around like the 3rd or 4th day that the loss of taste and smell kind of like caught up, and that's whenever I was like, ugh, this is the worst.
What were you? Did you try and test foods that were like, oh, I can't. Let me see if I can smell this.
Like people eating an onion or taking a bite out of
people were just eating onions.
No. I didn't. I did have a beer to see if I could taste the alcohol in that, and I couldn't.
Whoa.
Even like the kind of like harsh.
I tried a beer or 10 and couldn't taste any booze.
So
I just kept on drinking.
But you still haven't gotten COVID, correct?
Correct.
Well, yeah. At this point,
all throughout
2022. The entire
it's
time.
my year.
So either you're not getting out enough, or you are very, very cautious about being exposed.
No, you see, I try and badger my immune system with as much as I can. So I'm out there riding the trolley, licking seats. I'm giving people high fives, then sucking my fingers.
So you probably were like spreading it early on.
What? No. You can't spread it. You can only get it. I believe that's what the science is. Are you going to argue with science?
Well, that's what I told my last girlfriend. I'm like, hey, you can't spread that. You can only get it. And that was not about the vaccine. Anyway, I don't want to talk about COVID anymore.
Yeah, no, everyone's talking about it. It sucks.
There's a couple other things that people are talking about, though.
Whatever.
So recently, we lost a couple pretty big names in the comedy world,
man,
which is really unfortunate.
Yeah,
because we try to be funny.
We try,
and so we look up to these people. First and foremost, 2021 ended on a very low note with the passing of the great Betty White. Very unfortunate, but she was 99 years old.
Kind of the most expected death.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of like
it was like if she's either gonna die like in a couple of weeks or she's gonna live forever, and then she died.
That was the threshold.
Yeah. So
when you hit 100.
Yeah. So some people were like, oh, it's kind of like the bookends of this whole pandemic. It began with Kobe Bryant's death, more or less, and then it started with Kobe Bryant's death, and then it ended with the death of Betty White. Cool. So it's kind of interesting, but I mean, she, outside of like Golden Girls and like stuff, everybody adored her.
I just know her from her porn.
Oh, that wasn't Betty White.
What?
She did not do porn. She was way too classy of a lady to do that.
Man, that's all my search history.
Yikes.
Man,
big yikes.
There's some good lookalikes, I guess.
Yeah.
Boy, the AI technology for deepfakes has really gone far.
It has.
She looks good for 100.
It's like really perky tits on that one. There's like barely any gray hairs on that.
Oh, can you actually imagine what some deepfakes for Betty White?
Well, now I want to.
Do you think
now
there's
I just want to look
Betty
at
White?
just a check.
Jamie, pull it up.
Jamie. Oh,
he's still in Texas. All right.
Well, there's delay. Whatever.
Yeah,
anyway, and then the other unfortunate loss that we didn't see coming is Mr. Bob Saget.
Ooh,
died in a hotel room this week,
and we still don't know exactly what took him out.
Probably, my guess is painkillers. And while doing other drugs and drinking,
or could also be fentanyl that's been going around,
or fentanyl and cocaine is my other guess.
Sad.
Because he was, before because a lot of people are like, oh, what a great guy, like, but he was a comedian first and foremost, and especially like maybe not like a smut comic, but like definitely saying more like shocking things. Well, at the time that he came up in.
Well, I mean, when you want to like really kind of break it down, he was America's. He was kind of like the second Bill Cosby.
In some ways, yeah.
Where he's kind of the white version of that, where people really connected with him as the patriarch of a household, kind of the leader.
Dude, there
and
was
like a calming nature
like
of
that
it.
Since the 70s. Why are you saying like he's like the second one? There's lots of dads that were around before Bill Cosby.
I don't know if it was as prominent. Like Bill Cosby was like, boom.
I don't know. Alan Thicke was it Family Ties?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's because you're only thinking about the world that you lived in. You're not thinking about the decades that came before that. There's tons of great shows.
I can think of Dick Van Dyke. I guess you could throw that in there too. Andy Griffith.
Is Dick Van Dyke still alive, or did he?
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke is still alive, I believe.
Wow.
Jamie.
He's gonna be next. He's gonna be next to go. So
really?
Anyway,
is that a threat?
It was.
Dick Van Dyke.
Like, he is gonna be the next.
Dick Van Dyke.
How dare you outlive?
Watch your back, bro.
Betty White.
I mean, in a general sense, we're not going to. But we love you.
Yeah, but
like, here's the thing: like
bummer.
the Bob Saget was known for America's Home Funniest Videos. Full House.
Yes.
Like he wasn't really. I don't think his claim to fame was being a stand-up comic for a long time until he stopped doing those shows. He then continued on being a stand-up comic, doing his way dirty stuff, which is awesome. I think that really kind of goes to show that like there is a huge difference in comedy and performative art where he was doing acting for those other roles and performing almost a job where his passion was to do dirty comedy.
I thought you were going to end that sentence totally differently. Whereas really his secret dirty passion was counting down the days till the Olsen twins were old enough, and then he was going to just slide in there. No, it's crazy. Speaking
of that,
the curse is broken, right?
Well, I was going to say that there's only 8 more cast members till we have a full heaven. Can't wait for that show.
I was going to say it's one step closer to an empty house, I would say. Which is not, anyway.
Reboot that, Netflix.
Ba-boom. Did they cancel that reboot?
I don't know.
I think they did like 2 seasons, and they were like, well, we got everything we could out of that one.
Yeah, we milked this cow.
Maybe there's some
to be what is the ramifications of Bob Saget dying?
Well, first of all, you have to tell me what ramifications means. And second of all, I forgot your question.
It's what I call sex with my wife.
Because
we're about to do some ramifications.
Oh.
It's not gonna last long.
It's not gonna last long. Don't worry.
It's gonna be less than a Full House episode. But I think obviously one of the positives, it's clear that the spell over the Olsen twins has been broken, and there is now only Ashley Olsen. They have become one, and
her soul was split into 2 for a long time, into twin form, and now they've reconjoined into one older looking Olsen twin.
Man, we
somehow
didn't think farther
no,
than that,
you know,
did we?
we didn't. Well, there, you know, we could have somehow tried to fit an Elizabeth Olsen joke in there as well because she's also very relevant.
Oh, that's
these
right,
days.
because she's Wanda.
Relevant. Yeah, no, she's not Wonder Woman. She's the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. But, I mean, we do have to think about the rest of the cast members. Like, is John Stamos going to be okay?
He's gonna be great. He's doing fine. He's literally carrying the Greek yogurt industry on his back.
So, single-handedly.
He looks great for his age.
I think, actually, what's probably going on, rather than the spell that Bob Saget holding over Ashley Olsen, splitting them into two, our conspiracy might be a little wrong in the fact that John Stamos might be siphoning off the youthfulness from both of them into him.
Oh, and
because
that's why
he hasn't
and
aged.
that's why they look kind of bad for their age.
Yeah, they look like
not the drugs and partying and like working a whole lot.
No, it's probably John Stamos being a warlock.
Yeah. Like like pretty much what the same thing as older government figures are doing with like newborn fetus blood. and stuff.
The
what's that called again?
Antibodies?
Yeah, whatever.
No,
yeah.
anachrome.
Yeah.
Chromide.
Yeah, so you look better longer.
Yeah. It's like skin.
Yeah, no big deal, right? We're just gonna kind of be like, here's your string.
Yeah, all you have to do is have Greek yogurt and the soul of youth.
Yeah, and you can mix it together to cover up the taste of the blood.
But it has to be twins.
But if you're doing the warlock thing, if you are a warlock and you're casting a spell,
according to the curse.
Anyway,
we will never grow old.
John Stamos couldn't do no wrong though. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. We all how old is John Stamos, do you think?
I probably would guess like 63. I think he was a little bit younger than
I think
Bob
he's
Saget.
older than Betty White.
I can't tell you you're wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, so while you're checking that, I can go ahead and I can go ahead and talk about a kind of a sensitive issue here.
Ooh, okay.
Is that main camera still going?
Yeah.
Is it? Cool.
Yep.
So, did you find it yet, or you want?
We've already hit up a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
We probably need to be a little bit better at this. But you also turned 30.
Yeah.
So we already talked about.
Sure did. We're talking about COVID. Talking about Bob Saget and the curse.
Let's see here. 2021 review. We kind of talked about that. 2022 New Year's resolutions.
Well, my next topic also has to do with today's sponsor. So.
Oh, okay. Lay it on us.
Well, so it's kind of the perfect time that the sponsor would, fund this episode for us, and help promote that. So, ironically enough, I walked in to the new studio, which is somewhat connected to your house.
Very connected, yes.
Yeah. It's cool that you got to do that add-on and everything, like that you built a whole studio just extra onto your house, like extra property.
Well, we had to sell the island, remember?
Because it was Jeffrey Epstein's island. And we watched that documentary together.
It increased the value. Like, people were like, this island?
They're like, this is where you can get away with touching.
We caught it
free massages.
We caught it at the dip.
Right.
And then once the demand, because
it was a seller's market. We waited for it to be a seller's market.
Once Ghislaine got into trial, people are like,
yes,
this sounds like a pretty fun island. And we're like, that stuff's not happening anymore.
Because we pay our masseuses enough money to keep their mouths shut. And we also pay them enough to keep their mouth open when needed. But that's what anyway.
But any good masseuse would do that. Any good masseuse.
Anyhow. And anyway, we sold the island, and now we have islands aren't that expensive. Turns out when they were owned by criminals. So we made a quick grip. We made a little bundle. Yeah. Anyway, so we're here.
Now we got bookcases.
So walking into the studio today, back on track.
Yeah,
I did notice. I know that you have cats, but one of them's not looking so good.
That is true. We did have a little bit of an issue closing out 2021. One of our cats.
They got COVID?
No. At least I don't think so. Can cats get COVID? No, I don't think so. They're immune. Anyhow, we've been running tests on our cats, and one of our cats wasn't feeling all that great. Stopped
You've been
eating
personally overseeing tests on your cat. Like, I just had like a flash of like a Rocky montage, kind of like, let's see how you do on the treadmill. I'm gonna make you some raw eggs. Yeah. Exactly. And the cat's kind of just like, not into it. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
so anyway, so
he was very uncooperative
from a vet and stuff.
We got a vet. He wasn't feeling very good. He was clearly not acting himself. We got a vet in here, and basically the vet was saying like, "Hey,
can I go ahead and guess what the vet was told you what the problem was?"
Yeah, sure.
So here, why don't you role play as yourself, and I will be the vet with the bad news.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Brayton. This is your vet.
Oh, hello,
Phil.
Yeah, thank you.
It's okay that you forget my name, and you can call me veterinarian.
Well, you never mentioned it in our text messages.
I have a name tag. So just anyway, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, I'm calling in regards to your
Why
cat.
would you spell it with an?
I'm calling in. Yeah, I know.
Why are you calling? You're here. Come inside.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Open up the door.
Hi. Yeah,
Brayton.
We spoke earlier.
I'm sorry. I'm from Europe, so culturally it's a little bit different. Why my name is spelled in a weird way with that.
I'm being insensitive to you.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, I've got unfortunately. Yeah. I've got some bad news concerning your cat.
Oh well, we haven't seen the cat yet, so
because legally I can't bring him back into this environment because we ran some tests.
Oh,
and turns out, he's got an abscess like deep within his torn rectum. And we found out that from our tests, we found out whenever a cat's beehole's like this big around, it means that somebody's usually been sexually taking advantage of this cat. And so your cat's going to die because of the rapes. But
What?
hear me out.
No.
There's a cost-effective and humane way to put your cat down.
Should I ask about it?
Well, only if you want me to tell the viewers about our sponsor for this week.
Yeah, let's figure it out. It sounds like I need that option,
Cool.
Mr. Vet.
Cool. Maybe
Phil?
in post we can play the music. Cool. So I don't have a script. I really wish I had a script. Do you have a cat that's no longer enjoying life to the fullest like it used to?
Is he no longer accepting you like he once did?
Instead of a nice positive meow on his face, is it more of a negative meow on his face?
Is he not eating as much as you thought he would?
Is his butthole like this big around? Go ahead. Introducing guns. Guns? No. Introducing a brand new company to help you in that difficult time of your life.
You need that click, clack, patty, whack?
Yes. Of course, I'm talking about the renowned company of humanely putting down cats, the Cat Downers. The Cat Downers are more than happy to pick up any small animal that they can kind of like pick up on their own that doesn't struggle too much. And they take it and put it in the back of a truck. And in a discreet, don't want to be too graphic, they drive it out to the middle of the desert and make sure they beat it to death.
Oh, so
humanely. Like we said, we take all insurances.
No questions asked.
No, there's some questions asked like, where's the best way to hit this? Where's the best way to hit this thing to make sure it dies faster?
How big of an animal is this?
Also, why
do I need a Philly slammer or a crowbar?
Yeah, exactly. Also, how tight is it in there?
Are they gonna rape the animals before they kill them?
You said no questions asked. You signed the paper.
No, I don't know if I like this anymore.
But it's a cost-effective way, and it gets a dying animal
Sean, why is
to
this,
a better place.
Why is this a cost-effective option?
Because they only charge you.
Because they don't ask questions.
They don't ask.
They don't take questions.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like they show up, they take the animal. Sometimes it's not always the right one, unfortunately. Because there's no questions asked. Yeah, exactly. You just come over, be like, hello, I'm here for the... Yes, of course. Why don't you... Yes, of course. I'm a professional and no questions asked. I will be on my way and be like, excuse me, wait, why'd you grab my dog? No questions asked. There's no questions asked.
No questions asked.
Huh, he seems really healthy. I don't know why. Oh, sorry. No questions.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to call me.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. So we left our hammer at home. Can I borrow yours? They're like, oh, like a sledgehammer? Any kind of hammer will do.
More of a blunt, just anything blunt. Do you have like a heavy book, maybe?
Anything that can, like, you know, we can tie to his teeny tiny ankle and drop off of a parking structure near a mall?
We could also...
He did. Turns out cats don't always land on their feet when they're tied to a bowling ball.
And what is this company? What is this company called?
Cat downers.
Oh, that's right.
They throw cats down places. And so really, they're not putting the cat out of their misery. Gravity is. And then they probably drop more things on
That's an argument that they can have with God.
So really, it's not really about making money off of humanely ending the lives of pets. It's more about seeing what happens when you drop heavy shit on top of from the top of a parking
primarily feline creatures.
Anything that is not smart enough to get away fast enough. Anyway,
head to their business page or Yelp where they have half a star.
Yeah, www.catdownersputdowners.org.gov. Sorry,
.gov.
This is a Biden-Harris idea.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And it's okay because they were funded by taxpayers' dollars. That's a great idea.
That's where those PPP loans came into play.
I've been looking for a PPP loan for a long time. And we already said that I've been taking hormones for my mustache, but I haven't been able to find anywhere that will give me money for my PP. And I've been trying to get...
Sean, it's a PPE.
Sure.
You have to accentuate the last part of the P.
The E stands for elongation, right? Even though... Sure, for PPE loan. Right. Yeah. So... but no one's loaning me the money because they're like, well, if we loan you money, you have to pay it back. And I'm like, well, I'm only going to be paying it back if I know it's going to, the capital E at the end of the PP. Yeah. No one's doing it.
What are you talking about?
Wieners.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You want to talk about killing cats again?
That was a good segment.
Segway. Yeah. So
yeah,
anyway,
my cat's feeling better. I don't have to call that company. I don't think we'll need to use that sponsorship. So we're fine. We're good. Yeah.
But we would probably be better with, okay. So how back on Price is Right, they used to say make sure you like spay and neuter your pets.
Sure,
because they want to keep the animal population under control.
Makes
what's
sense.
an easier and more entertaining way, also more messy way of controlling the animal population? Dropping them off of super high places. Super high places.
You're not wrong. Is there some testimonials we could look up for the company?
I can tell you.
Oh, for sure.
There are none.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Yeah.
No one's... Actually, let me look them up on Yelp.
Why don't you go ahead and look them up on Yelp? We have enough time for one more segment for sure.
I've pulled them up on my iPad. On
cool.
Yelp. Okay.
What does it? What's the rating? What's the rating?
You said cat downers?
Cat downers.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to be confused with Downer Cats, the
Cats with Down syndrome.
Yeah, the non-profit
organization that helps out cats with Down syndrome
by putting them out of their misery with bats.
Not to be confused.
They were. Here, let me hold that for you. Here. Oh shit. It's a hot mess in here.
All right. We have the payments for the...
Oh, there was one thing that for sure, really quick. Something that we kind of did talk about was, I saw on the internet, it was a hypothetical question. If you had to get rid of one of the following food items for forever that would never be in existence anymore, what would it be? And your options were bacon, tacos, donuts, and... What was the other one, Bray? Bacon, tacos,
pussy.
Donuts... Yeah, and pussy.
No, it was bagels? No, sushi.
That's right.
I was close.
And I said that I would probably, unfortunately, have to say I need to get rid of tacos because there's lots of other things in other cultures that are similar to having like...
So we're not going to read the reviews?
Oh, do you... Well, whenever you are ready.
Well, no. It seems like we're on to another thing now.
Do you have anything that you want to read?
There's only one review.
Oh. I wrote this one.
You did?
Well, I'm the only customer.
How are they successful enough to sponsor our podcast?
They're trying to invest. You got to spend money to make money.
Okay, I see.
The more money you make, the more heavy stuff you can buy to drop on animals.
Okay, all I'm saying. Oh, SJ. So, is that you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sometimes.
They stole my dog. I can't find them.
I don't. You're kind of like reading this with
It's all in
inflection.
caps.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
They took him. I can't find them. I think they took him to a bridge. Does anyone help? Please. He is a German Shepherd and had developed a cough earlier this week.
Yeah, he did.
I called them and they just came over and did not ask any questions. And
No questions
I believe took him to the nearest bridge and potentially have tossed him over. Help! Please help! He may be dead.
Yeah.
2 stars.
Because could be one. Yeah. So we got our hands on.
It sounded like between the time between the phone call and them showing up was probably pretty quick.
Yeah. So I would say it sounds like cat downers got their hands on some out of commission very old bungee jumping equipment that had malfunctioned and was not suitable for human use. And so, but you know, the people that bought it still wanted to go bungee jumping, but they wanted to test it out on something that, you know, wasn't their own lives. So they probably tied this dog by the neck, I would imagine, to these ropes where the elastic was just not really bungee like
I don't know if an audience wants that kind of description.
Yeah, no questions asked.
Yeah, maybe we don't ask any questions. I think that
but to end on a positive note, sorry, it sounds like it was going in a bad place. He swung from that bridge for almost 45 minutes before he died.
Do you work for this company?
They're our sponsor. I had to look at it. I had to look into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
I think we're gonna have to vet the sponsors for our company for the podcast a little bit closer.
Yeah, you know, if a sponsor's a sponsor.
But I mean, fair enough. We got to pay for this these lights and the setting. There's a lot going on now.
So anyway,
we didn't make a whole lot from that island cell.
No, we did not.
We
we needed to get rid of that.
Yeah. Well, we had to buy
it's a bad look. It's a bad look.
It's a bad look.
We kept the artwork though that was up there. All the very tasteful pieces of art. Remember? No, remember? I took them. Anyway,
I was going with the no questions asked philosophy.
Perfect. So anyway, the last thing that we can talk about of in a world where he had to get rid of bacon or donuts or tacos or sushi, we knew that we didn't want to get rid of bacon or donuts, right?
Yeah, that's a non-negotiable.
For both of us. It was super easy. You don't want to get rid of either of those things.
No.
Not even in the same category.
Because both of them you want on a daily basis.
Yeesh. Sometimes people put bacon on donuts and it's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not a proponent of it.
It's not a go-to donut. Absolutely not.
No.
But anyway, so it was really boiled down to the tacos and sushi.
Tacos and just
sushi. I said I would rather live in a world without tacos than in a world without sushi.
Okay. Here's the thing that I have with that. Are we talking about, because tacos is a very specific Mexican meal, but sushi is a very general Asian term.
Go ahead and tell me more about culture you don't know.
No. Here's the thing. You're comparing tacos to...
I'm not comparing. This was the thing that was presented
No. We're
to
saying
me.
hey, tacos, you can't have that anymore. Or are we talking about you can't have tacos anymore? Or are we talking about California burritos, all the other styles?
No, not Mexican food. No, it was just specifically
it's like
a
sushi
taco.
being you can only have a California a California roll, or there's different types of sushi.
This is so easy. Anything that would be considered sushi would not exist anymore. Any kind of roll, any kind of
there's
sashimi.
Not different types of tacos.
Yes, there are. What are you smoking?
Oh, I guess you're. No. I see what you're saying. There's fish tacos, beef.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of different kinds of tortilla. I take it back. Everything.
It's silly. It's silly. It's stupid. Sushi would be for me. No. I don't need that. I don't have it all that often. So if I eliminate that, boom. But I would miss tacos. I would miss tacos.
I would definitely miss tacos, but I feel like there's more similar things in Mexican food. Like it wouldn't be getting rid of burritos or like carne asada fries or that kind of stuff. So you could still eat the same things just in a different form.
Here's the thing I don't think you're thinking about is how many times have you made sushi at home?
Never. I've never made sushi at home. I don't know anything about sushi rice. And anyway, Brayton's still trying to get the camera going.
Working.
But it is about 45 minutes in, so it is about. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's about that time to sign off anyway.
Anyhow,
maybe
I think you're missing out on. I think you're missing out on a huge portion of the conversation where it's like the convenience of it. You can make your own tacos at home.
You can. You can make your own burritos. You can make your own burritos and enchiladas at home. Tamales. I don't know why you just have a different perspective on what everything sushi is and what everything tacos is. So.
All right, well, 2022 is going off to a great start, guys.
Very confrontational.
It's going to be a great year.
Yeah, and thanks for listening to this episode. Go ahead and follow us on social media. We're going to be trying this year to be posting more regularly anyways.
Yeah.
Better, more.
We got some good backdrops now. We got some great backdrops. Look for some good content
and hopefully if I upload the music to the Google Drive that was recorded for this podcast.
Back-end stuff. Yeah.
Let's see if we can get that in and then just kind of like revamp and bring in a new sense of life and purpose and just a new attitude for fun for this podcast for 2022.
Hit us up and follow us on everything. Thank you for listening. This has been the Noisy Business Podcast. And as always, stay noisy.